this Camp's
Bro,
diss record.
so,
This is Camp's diss.
Yeah.
It's just
so Camp
Big
was
Me.
essentially like motherfuck the big three.
It's
Nigga,
just Big
it's
Me.
just Big Me. Nigga, bomb.
Yeah, and their bomb is not even that good. They need to relax. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the 30% podcast. I am Sam. I'm here with my co-host, the most amazing. Are you the most amazing? The most average Afam. Shots fired immediately.
Yeah, average on this 72nd episode of the
on
podcast.
episode 72.
Yeah,
Yes,
average.
number 72. Shout out to everyone who's listening. Of course, you can find this podcast on Spotify. You can find it on Apple, the Apple platforms, Apple Podcasts or Apple Music. You can find it on Google Podcasts still. It's not dead yet. The apps are still up. And we're also on YouTube.
No, it's dead.
It's not dead. It's still on. The apps are still up. Like, I still have Google Podcasts and people are still releasing podcasts on it. We're on there. We're just trust me. We're on there still. They are not done with it. We're also on, did I say we're on YouTube? Make sure you go hit that subscribe, like, share. Of course, you can share the podcast with people who you think would benefit from such conversations. We talk about the Kenyan music industry and everything to do with it. Most things to do with it. You can also follow us on our socials. That's the 30% pod on Instagram, on Twitter, on Threads, and on LinkedIn. Is there one I'm forgetting? No, that's it. That's it.
I'm not sure.
Are we on Snapchat? We're not on Snapchat. Snapchat. I never got to the Snapchat era. I never got the whole what's the unique selling point of Snapchat? The USP, as they call it.
I mean, sending pictures.
Oh, so Instagram,
just like
showing,
like just the whole.
What's up?
Having like your story, having a story, like that's came from Snapchat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody stole that idea. Remember when Instagram was just like pictures, and then there's a whole thing about them stealing Snapchat's business model.
All social media has morphed into one. They're all one thing now. They're all one. Anyway, this is not the social media podcast. This is a music podcast. Afam, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm good, bro. I am chilling.
Yeah. How's the weather over there?
Bro, had a busy week, man. Bro, I'm all the way in New York.
Yeah.
I'm out here. With Foster. Foster is my artist. I've been talking about Foster a lot on the podcast. Yeah. So we're out here working on music, creating content, and yeah, man.
Getting that drum and bass going.
Travel.
I like it.
Yeah. Making D&B, like had to travel here, man. Exciting thing, actually, bruh. Tomorrow, so this is Monday. We're Foster and we're gonna be going to see Pink Panthers. And
you're finally planned. Because you've been talking about Pink Panthers as like sort of like a sound that you're trying to like get to. So you guys are finally going to see her.
I'm going to see.
Oh, that's dope.
I'm going to see my fellow Kenyan.
Yeah, where is she playing?
Performing. I forgot the name of the venue, but like it's close by. It's close by. Right now we're like in Brooklyn, so it's
Brooklyn.
Close by. Bro, I'm very new to this place, so I also don't be knowing like places that. So yeah, so I'm
East
excited
Coast
about that.
Capital of hip hop.
What else is going on in my life? Yo, bro, shout out to Botros.
Butros
Your
Munene.
energy, kudos. As well as Mr. Ice Prince Zamani. So, bro, this week has been active, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Musau. Shout out to Butros.
With
shout out to
Mtindo,
ADF.
Butchers released Mtindo. That's what Afam is talking about. And Afam
Yeah.
managed to snag a couple placements on the joint. He got 2 songs. Too Late and what's the other one called?
Formula One.
Formula One. So go play those. Please run them up. Bro needs the money. Run them up. Run them up. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah,
That's cool. I had some joints on there, but they were they were cut.
Okay.
Are we allowed to say that? Are we allowed to say that? Can I say that? Is it?
I think we can.
Privileged information.
I think we can mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We can. But just like within reason. So essentially, me and Sam had worked on this album years ago.
Years, while the dinosaurs still roamed the earth.
So basically, yeah, you know how things are. Sometimes in the music industry,
you get
music
joints,
gets recorded and then released way afterwards.
Yep.
So essentially, Mtindo was a very different album when Sam and I both worked on it. At the time, me and Sam had collabed on a song together, but times change and everything. Yeah. So those songs essentially got cut. Yeah.
Sucks as a producer. Yeah. It sucks as a producer when your joints get cut, but it's part of it because and I actually like it because that shows that he has he's taken time with the project. So he's not just giving us what he initially recorded. He's like, okay, I want to check out stuff, and that's cool. That's definitely a better. It helps for it's more thoughtful, it's more curated, it's just better around. So
of the original,
the
original album I believe was 10 or 12 tracks.
Yeah,
the only ones that survived were 2 songs, those are the 2 songs that I happened to work on.
The boy is working, and of course, I would think he would, especially after Angela blew up. I would think that there would be some restructuring of some of the sounds.
They have to cater to that world sound, man. Because that's what's putting. Okay, now that we're here, we can kind of just talk about Butchers a little bit.
Yeah.
Bro. No, actually, before we even talk about Butchers a little bit, Sam, how was your week?
Fam, my week is not important. Let's talk about Butchers. Butchers not a project.
No. How was your week, Sam?
How was my week? It was cool, man. It's cool. I'm back to producing it, and I've been making a bang. I'm working on a project.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, I figured out what my first release is going to be. I just have to put it together now. I'm trying to get the visuals right, and I'm trying to get. I don't know if I want to feature on it, but we'll see how it goes. It's Amapiano. Promo is promo at this point. It's Amapiano, but I'm doing a fusion between Amapiano and electronic music. I lean heavily towards everything.
Electropiano.
Yeah, it's electropiano. I've coined the term electropiano. So it has a lot of electronic elements like the synths, and it's almost like not dance music with melodies and stuff, but then electronic sounds and just the experimenting of synths and sine waves and all that business, what people did. So I've tried to incorporate that into Amapiano, the basic Amapiano sounds, the shakers, the log drum, moody, brooding pads and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I should actually. I've not played it for you. I'll play it for you. I'll send it to you. See what you think. But yeah, it's cool. I've sent it to a couple of people. Gotten some feedback. A lot of people like it, so I'm hoping to release that soon. Yeah, just that and planning, man. Planning, trying to get some things done. But apart from that, not much has been happening. It's been raining in Nairobi, as it is now, and we all love a good shower. So, yep.
Rain is good, man. I really miss home. But anyway,
already, yeah. Bro, you can't start missing it already. Man, you're not even a month. just stay strong, bro. Stay strong, brother. Stay strong. So,
but yeah, bro. Right. So we were about to talk about Butchers, man. What a guy! If you just think about his growth, from our perspective as producers, for me, the biggest song that the time that he was coming to the studio was obviously Yeah. Shout out to Cap.
Yep.
I feel like Yeah is what put Cap on the map as a producer. So shout out to him. Cap on the map.
Turning into Dr. Seuss over here. Yeah.
Making slaps. All right. Anyway.
Nice.
Don't lace that with silence. That was last episode, bro.
No, that's a new
not
thing.
this
That's a new
episode.
thing. No, that's a new thing. Whenever anyone just throws a Hail Mary, you just let that one
Anyway,
simmer in the atmosphere.
So at the time, like, yeah, Sharp was very much like, I feel like it was like, it had already started for sure. Like, it was a thing,
Yeah.
but like, it was like now, you know, what's gonna happen next? Like after yeah was everything. So so you see Butchos there, and bruh, I remember us working in the studio with him.
Yeah.
I remember, bruh, I'm not gonna lie, Sam, I was hungry. Like the moment I
Bro
was
hadn't
like,
eaten
because bro, I really wanted to
food
work
where
with
he's from.
Butchos, man. And
Yeah.
I remember that first time he came to the stew, I was just like, I went home and I made beats
on beats.
forever. Like I just made so many beats, man. And I was listening to them yesterday, and like a lot of them sucked. But luckily, like there was the Too Late one.
Yeah.
And there was should I break the fourth wall? The Formula One beat, like I had to rework that one.
Yeah.
Just so that like it sounds more modern. Because remember, this is music that was made 3 years ago, so I had to like
just
rework
to
it
say,
so it sounded
and I'm
more
not trying to pander too much to Afam, but then that was like a really dope thing where he's like, fam, I have to reproduce, and he didn't just do like one version. Like bro did multiple versions of the song to make sure that he got the one which he was okay with. Like producers don't usually do that. That's like they take the lazy way out, or the artist likes the song, all right, we are good with it, but guys like, fam, nah. And I understand it. It's like we made that in 20 whenever.
Bro,
like,
I felt like my reputation was on the line as well, because like I didn't want a song like I did, like sure, like the way I produced in 2021 was okay, but like that's not representative of me today. But anyway, this isn't about me. This is about Butchos.
It is though.
And so like I remember some, like, remember the listening party? You were there for the listening party, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like he told the story of Mtindo and everything. But
Dang,
bro
was I
is
there for
such a
that?
different person today. Were you there? You weren't there. You weren't there when they came to do the listening party.
Maybe I just don't remember.
At
oh no yeah. I
Promised
remember. He was we were downstairs, right, where it was just all of us, and then
Yeah.
okay yeah facts.
And
I
then
remember that.
all those guys came, guys for Boomplay, in a Jinx.
Yeah.
All those
So I
guys.
met some of those
and
guys,
I remember
it was fire,
bro. And see, we're such different people now. Because of me, I remember at that time I was really just an intern. And I remember I couldn't talk to anyone. Like me, I was just only talking to you and Eric. I didn't know anybody. Like, so seeing Butchos then and then seeing him now, obviously in the time in between, like I remember, bro, things kind of went a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
And then like I was like, okay, where's like Butchos' next? Yeah. And then he got like some energy, and then he released Whoa with Cap produced that one as well. And I was like, ooh, bro, maybe he's back. But then I guess that sound was a little bit too similar to yeah.
Yeah, so it didn't really catch fire like that.
It didn't really catch fire. It caught a little bit of fire, but not that much.
Yeah.
And then obviously Angela came out.
Shout out to Kaxi on the beat. It's my guy.
And shout out to
produced that.
Kaxi and CCN.
Yeah, they all say that was like that was one of the mistake joints. like that was not a planned. Let's sit down and work out.
It was never planned.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the crazy thing about the music industry. But like now seeing the success, like I was reading an article about how that song is doing massively in Oceania, in Fiji, just like that whole region. Like people are making TikTok dances.
Yeah.
People are making so much content. Obviously, honestly, if I'm in Butchos' team, I'm suggesting, why don't you just go tour there and see what happens?
Yeah.
Because they seem to love him over there. But isn't that crazy though, Sam? Like that somebody can like just like in front of your eyes transform into like.
Yeah, but you can tell though. You can tell like when you're. I haven't been in the studio with him as much, but you guys have, and by you guys I mean like the people who we worked with on that album, and it's all the same stories. Like this guy he's number one. He seems to really care about his craft in the sense that he's active. He's an active musician. There's different types of musicians. There are musicians that are very passive, where they just allow that all they bring is like the talent, and they're like, okay, I've written, I'm going to write. But he's active. It's like, okay, let's do this, or let's change this. That's and people who do that, it's extra legs for them. And we've seen him, like he's, and to top that off, he still sounds well. I don't know if you had Hunger on the Mtindo album, but I think he's chilling a bit. Like Butchers he's having fun. He's a fun guy, so he's having his fun.
He's having fun now.
Yeah, he's
being more himself now.
Yeah, but there was a lot of hunger back then. Like, yo, I'm coming to the studio. What are you doing? Let's throw on a beat. Let me hear something. Let me hear something else. So yeah, it's cool, and it's cool to see, man. He's definitely on a trajectory, and his credibility, is that the word I wanted to use? What's the word that we used for when we're talking about Cole? His legacy. He's building that up.
Legacy.
He's building, he's building that up. So, man, it's really cool to see.
And obviously, they had the whole bro. And then look at all the collaborations, bro. Like it's kind of insane. It's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just listen. Let me just list off these collaborations, and then maybe we can move on. But bro, like Ben Soul, Hat the Band,
boom,
Joshua Baraka, Riziki, Major, NSG, and Calligraph Jones, Quiz, Timi Blanco, Bakro G, Fenagitu, Savara and Furthermore, VB, Blinky Bill, Ice Prince, Jovi Jove, AJ from Brooklyn Boys, and Black Viking. Bro,
that's a full project, man. It's a full project.
Okay.
It's a full one.
I mean, there's an argument I saw online that, maybe the collaborations were a bit much, because there was only, like, how many songs were there that were just Butchers? 1, 2, 3.
But you see,
there were 3 songs that were just Butchers by himself. Which
you see, but you see, the thing is, I'm not mad at the features.
You're not mad at
especially since he gave us he's given us like a couple of projects in between, like EPs and stuff, right? And there have probably been majority him on them. So it's not like he's afraid to be himself, or to what do you call it? To release music that's just him on it. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Of course, it would be good to see a really good Butchers project where he's just going and he's just rapping and doing what he's doing. But his sound is evolving, and it's more it's more of that dancehall Afrobeat type style. And I would think that for that, like, maybe he might want more features on it. So I'm not mad at him having all those features.
If I'm them, I just go and like feature on like one of these Oceania peoples. Like, I know they have rappers out there in Fiji, and everything. You just go feature, bruh. See what happens, bro. See what happens. Become worldwide. Yeah,
man. Shout out to him. Shout out to the team, Musao, everyone there at is it ADF?
Yeah. Bro, that's why. At ADF, I mean, and bro, that's why you need like a dope team, because like you need a visionary, and you need somebody who can like actually put things in motion. So, bro, like, if anything, this just shows me that him. Like, I'm like a duo of an artist and a manager, like when they just gel perfectly,
log in,
unstoppable. But shout out to them. Shout out to Mtindo. Out now, man.
Mtindo
Sam,
out in your earlobes.
Sam, bro, we need to talk about this, because, like, honestly, I don't know what's going on. This is a mess. Our music industry is a mess, and the reason why I'm saying this is because
shambles.
Okay, what should I start with? Let's start with this. So I find an article about Kekobo saying that they're forced to advertise for fresh CMO licenses amidst court drama. So these guys, just listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Just a week after the High Court barred Kenya Copyright Board, aka Kekobo, from extending operational licenses of MCSK, Camp, and Prisk, the regulator has now placed an open invitation from companies that possess the appropriate competence to function as a CMO to send in applications. So essentially what's happening right now in the Kenyan music industry is, what is it? This is So You Think You Can Dance. This is This is. Can you give me any of these like talent competitions? This is America's Got Talent right now. All these people are now dancing. They're dancing to see who can be the next CMO. Like, honestly, what's happening with our music industry, Sam? Like, I've never heard of a situation where, like, now they're saying, like, okay, who's gonna apply? Who's gonna be the next CMO? Find out next time on the Kenyan music industry.
on the Kenyan music industry.
Bro, what's happening right now,
so it's,
bro?
I mean, it's... Bro, real. It's turning this into a free for all at this point. Like, where is this? Where is the structure? Okay, so let me think about this logically. I think there's two sides to this. One, it looks weird. It looks nuts. It looks like we don't know what we're doing. It looks ridiculous. But at the same time, I think this might. The only reason I think this will be a good thing is this might be an opportunity for, like the real ones to stand up. Like, can the real
CMO please stand up?
Exactly. Like, this is like the opportunity for that. But other than that, fam, it looks nuts. I wouldn't lie to you, it looks nuts.
It's so nuts.
It looks nuts. And then with Kekobo, we're looking at numbers now, like trying to get the Camp had talked about the, like MCSK did theirs a couple of months ago. So Camp said, all right, our turn. It's our turn now.
Watch this. Yeah, they said, watch this.
Exactly. It's like, watch this. You guys, those are your numbers. All right, we are doing. So they decided,
watch this.
They're going to tell us how much money they're distributing again. All right, can we... Just side note, let's do the math. Can we agree?
Let's do the science.
Wait, before we get to that, can we agree? I love the accountability. All right. It's amazing. It's good. It helps, and it's definitely necessary. So let's keep that up in the industry, okay? Accountability, 100%. I give it to all you guys. MCSK, except Prisk. We haven't heard anything from Prisk. They've been quiet. But Camp, they're like, this is what we're earning. This is what we're giving out. I like that. But you guys don't realize that every time you put out numbers, we come out with more questions. That's what they don't
very many questions.
And we realize how much you're finesse. Like, anyone who really looks deep into it, we just realize, all right, wait, something is kind of off here. And that's exactly what happened with this whole Camp thing. Like, something is a little bit off. We don't know. Shout out to y'all, but we don't know.
There's just so many questions. But like, okay, one, right? How did they arrive at the fact that, okay, so the article says that of all the 100% of what they are going to distribute, right?
Yeah.
61.59% is going to be given to the artist, while 39% is going to be used for expenses. Now, my first question is, how do we arrive at 39% being used for expenses?
Like, what determines that
number?
How
do we arrive at that number? Yeah, like why? Because, like I said, we've even said this before, in other music industries, for example, in America, like the CMOs or whatever, the PROs will most likely take around 10% for expenses. 90% is given to the artist, right? That seems kind of like, okay, that makes sense. So where do we come up with 40% being taken for expenses, right? That's step one. Step two, about like this whole thing. So apparently, Camp, the money that they've received from collecting royalties is or accounts for 21% of of the total pie that's collected by Prisk, MCSK, and Camp, right?
The big three.
The big three.
The big three.
Bro.
Camp, is this Camp's diss record? So, this is Camp's diss. It's just
so Camp
big me.
Was essentially like, motherfuck the big three.
It's just big me.
It's just big me. Nigga, bomb.
Yeah. And their bomb is not even that good. They need to relax. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah. So essentially, what we're referring to is, later on in this article, Camp kind of says, listen, if there's going to be one singular CMO, it should be us. Like, screw Prisk and MCSK.
Oh, I like this.
Should be
Camp.
I
like beef. I like, what do you call it?
Wait,
I like distribution. Royalty distribution beef. I'm here for royalty distribution beef.
Is Camp Kendrick? It's Camp Kendrick.
All right, let's do this. Okay, so
Let's do the
Prisk is
science.
cold because they're quiet in their city. We've not heard anything from them.
Yeah. And MCSK has to be Dick because that's the one everybody knows.
Yeah. Oh, bro, it's sorted out. We've cracked the code. We've really cracked this thing, Afam. We've really cracked. We're doing good journalism over here. This is good journalism.
This is great music journalism, by the way.
Anyway, so 21%.
So I was
21%.
saying, so essentially they are distributing they've collected around 21%.
This is one
of the total pie that has been collected from Q1 of 2024. Now, the article goes on to outline that in the whole Q1 of 2024 in Kenya, 131 million Kenya shillings has been collected in royalties, which translates to round about $1 million, which to me is kind of sus that it's such a perfect number. Like, we collected $1 million in Q1. It's too perfect. But anyway, that's just me being like a crazy person. Like, why did they collect exactly $1 million?
What would you have? 998,727.
No. It's 1 million. It's 1 million, bro.
1 million.
But anyway, so now this is the questions that come into mind, right? So if we can just do like some
quick maths,
very like basic
elementary math
projections. Yeah. Assuming that in Q1 we were able to generate 1 million, and Q1 isn't really like a high music consumption time period, right? More people consume music like towards the end, so we can.
And there's more drops and stuff.
Yeah. So we can fairly assume that 1 million can go across the board, all quarters. So we can say that essentially in the year, Kenya could potentially generate $4 million worth of royalties in music, right? That's a fair assumption, right?
I mean, yeah.
Now,
A plus B is equals C, I guess.
Yes, yeah. So that translates to round about 500 million Kenya shillings.
Those numbers are kind of funny. Not funny. I would hope they're real.
Hey, it's the numbers that they're giving us. Yeah. So let's work with which by the way,
I don't know.
Sam, if we're being realistic, this is very dangerous because look, those numbers look high, but if they're giving us those numbers, I feel like it's higher. I feel like what's actually being collected.
So you're onto something. I don't know. You're onto something, and that thought flashed in my head. I'm like, but what? So this is what they've chosen to tell us. So what don't we know? And especially since we don't trust, we usually don't trust our systems because they've proved to us that they are not to be trusted. Anyway.
So here's the thing, right? So 500 million, 500 million Kenya shillings worth of royalties can be potentially collected in the music industry this year. How are people being sent for 30 bob in their phone, Sam? You tell me how that's happening.
Well, see, here's the thing. I started out like there's somewhere I was going. Listen, it's all I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't get it.
The other frustrating thing about this article, it starts by saying, so the distribution format for that camp is going to be undertaking in Q1 of 2024 will be a hybrid form. Consisting of a blend of general and scientific methods. By the way, if I hear the term scientific methods one more time, I'm going to slap somebody.
We saw that when MCSK
please tell me what you mean by scientific methods.
When MCSK dropped their diss track, we saw that also. They talked about the general and scientific too. So same bars. These guys are using the same bars in their disses.
Same bars. They're using the same ghostwriter, bro. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah. And MCSK would have a ghostwriter.
Bro, for real. Oh, yeah. I mean, MCSK.
See, you're not doing the science.
You know what's happening.
You're not doing the
science. So basically, they're saying that they'll pay out 9 million Kenya shillings in this Q1 generally.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be issued to all the members, and then 8 million will be paid based off of the performance of members.
How about
my question is,
and just
maybe
make it 17 million? For the second
for me
half.
Personally, Sam, maybe this is capitalist of me. But why not just pay people what they earned?
No socialism.
I don't understand.
You're not for this
please actually explain to
socialism
me.
that we're doing
Explain
here.
to me. No. Maybe I'm capitalist, but just explain to me why, if I generated 2 million Kenya shillings worth of revenue, why can't I just be paid 2 million? Like, I'm happy to be paid 2 million.
This is all a plot to fudge the numbers. That's what my brother would say. Like, I can just imagine him saying it tonight, that this is all a plot to mess around with the numbers and to make that 39% seem legit. First off, 39% for expenses. I'm still stuck on that. Where is that going? Why is it 39%? How many people are you guys
How
paying?
do they arrive at 39%?
What are you? And I remember Ezekiel Mutua was asked that question in the interview that we were talking about. He was asked that question and he proceeded not to give an answer for that. So shout out to you, sir. And I'm pretty sure if you ask, I don't know if you ask Angela Ndambuki, because she's the chairperson of camp. If you asked her, I don't know, maybe she'll be able to give. She used to go on that same hot seat and be grilled exactly like the MCSK guy was grilled. But this is ridiculous. Sorry, I went on a tangent. This is ridiculous. We need to stop. Do they do this in the States? Do you know whether this is how they generally give?
You're paid
everyone in the industry.
You're paid what you generated. Listen, if I generate 1,000 in royalties, fine, pay me my 1,000. But if I generate 10,000, pay me 10,000. Like, I don't understand why you have to have a blanket thing.
Tell me though.
Then have
tell me though. What do you think? What do you think are the negatives of them paying everyone?
Because
a set amount of money.
Listen.
Let's talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe this is capitalist of me, but like, that means like an artist who generates high revenue, their money is being eaten into to kind of like accommodate for the rest of the people.
Yeah.
Which I understand, especially like when it comes to things like, what am I gonna say? Like, I would understand if that's just like the only thing that was happening.
Yep.
Like, but the thing is, I feel like they're using this as a way to kind of offset the money that should be paid to the smaller artists, right?
Yeah.
By paying. So essentially what's happening is money is being taken by these collective, these CMOs, right? Like, they're not paying out what they need to be paying out.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now there's a vacuum. How do we pay the people who we should be paying that money that we've spent? Let's take the money from the people who generate
method.
Right? Yeah. So like, let's take that money from the people who generate a lot of money and then spread it thin with the other people. So that's what's essentially happening. Am I making sense?
You know what will solve this? We need new laws. We need new copyright laws. We need new laws. This can't continue.
Okay.
This is weird.
But Sam, this is now the problem.
It's
now,
weird.
Back to the original article, right? Now, Kekobo are set to so listen, the licenses for these 3 CMOs, Prisk, MCSK, and Camp, expire on May the 8th.
Yeah.
Right? And now,
It's coming up.
Kekobo is set to host this So You Think You Can Dance, or Who Wants to Be the Next CMO, right? They're set to hold this new like application process, right? Now, what happens like in an already fucked up system, right? Like now, I don't know all this legal stuff, but I would imagine finding the next CMO that will be the one, right? It's gonna be like a long, protracted process. There has to be so many things put in place, etc. So now, in a system that's already not paying out what it needs to do or to pay out to people, right? We're taking away this small semblance of like organization, trying to fill that in with a new one, right? And it's gonna be a shit show. So essentially now, this 500 million Kenya shillings that's being collected, which by the way, let me tell you guys, it will be perfectly collected. I can guarantee you that money will still be collected, right? But now that these other 3 CMOs will be barred from like potentially barred from collecting those royalties and distributing them, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that money is just gonna end up like just going unaccounted.
Like imagine,
for. While they figure out who's going to be the next CMO.
What if they decide, all right, so we're going to pick one for sure in 2025, 2026. What do artists do between now and then? Like, do we just sit around and wait for you
Nothing.
guys to get your act together, or do we? Fam, this is ridiculous. Y'all need to get yourselves together. There needs to be someone in the government who has a little bit of desire to see art work and actually try and get these things organized. Because the way it's going now, I can't predict. Not predict. I can't see artists benefiting the way they're supposed to for a long, long time. This is a big mess. It's a big mess.
It's ridiculous, guys. Listen, if you guys know things like sound exchange, etc., like just do your research into those things, because our systems here are just like
they're not set up. They're not set up. I mean, it looks like the pot is stirring. At least it looks like people are trying to show out whatever it is, but all of this is just like they're showing out for the wrong reasons. They're showing out. MCSK is telling us, oh, look at how much we paid to artists. Look at how much, and look at what we're doing for people. And Ezekiel Mukutwa is championing. Look at our moral grounds, and that's great. And then Camp is coming out talking about, yo, we are the
motherfuck the big three, nigga. It's just big me.
It's just big me, and your numbers are just as weird as the other two. Well, we don't know what Camp's not Camp, what Prisk. See, I'm even forgetting that there's a Prisk. What Prisk's numbers look like.
The truth is, who even knows if 131 million was really collected in the first 3 months? Like,
no one
who even knows if
we
that
don't
number
know.
Is accurate
we
in the
don't
first
know.
place?
This is false accountability is what they're giving us. This is consumer facing. This is what this is. This is ridiculous.
Like the game is
getting me
rigged.
angry
Like listen, like the numbers that they're saying they collect could be an extreme lie. Now, working off of that lie, we're also being lied to about how much that they're taking, like, and why they're taking what they're taking.
Bruh.
So we're just being lied to, like, it's like compounded lies. Like, it's like, Sam, I don't know how to explain this. It's like if I say, Sam, bro, I bought 20 mangoes, right? But actually I bought 30. And then I say, but Sam, you know what we'll do? We'll divide that 20, 50, right?
Yep.
Or I'll say, you know what? Because of my hard work, like in getting
mangoes.
those mangoes,
Yep.
I'll take 60 and you'll take 40.
Yep.
Now, you might think that's fair. But listen, I've already fudged the numbers from the beginning. You know what I mean?
So I'm here like I'm here like
that the little that you're getting is even fair.
Yeah, exactly. While you're it's nasty business, man. It's disgusting.
But then you need to ask Afam, wait, but why do you think that because you went out to buy the mangoes, you deserve 60%? Or like you get what I mean? Like maybe that number should be 55. Maybe it should be 70. Like how do you like?
What
I
do
feel
you
like
use to come up
somebody
with
just
that?
arbitrarily came up with you know what I mean? Like it's
and do you
so
know what I feel like they came up
arbitrary,
with that number of? Salaries.
What?
How much are we going to pay our people? And then let's add expenses on top of that. Oh, we need a technological budget. And I'm pretty sure that was second. We need a technological budget. Oh, what we need whatever maintenance fee. You know, all the weird fees that they start adding on there.
Bullshit.
And then after that, they're like, okay, and then let's
all
just
the
add like 5% on top for any in case of any emergencies and whatnot. Oh, we've arrived at 39%. Oh, well, I guess this is the number then. It's ridiculous. You all need to. This is why this is why artists and moving like we can move
Sam,
into it.
I see what you did there, bro. That's an amazing segue. That's an amazing segue.
People are really
segue
trying
king.
to. They're trying to. I mean, at this point, like it's just educate yourself on the music business. And just on that point, there's a lot of. If you
Sam
really
is
look,
the segue suffer.
Sorry.
Nothing.
You know, I listen to this back. I listen to it back, so you can't run away.
I said you're the Segway suffer. You know, like the subway suffer. You're the Segway suffer.
Ay.
Anyway, you were telling us about Mayonde.
So before you get into that, there's a lot of, if you really look closely, there's a lot of small initiatives being done around Nairobi. There's like I know for about there's like an IP workshop that's being done. It's by I think it's by Harvard actually, if I'm not wrong. There's an IP workshop that's been done by Harvard. It's ongoing. It's almost towards the end, but it's ongoing. Where there's like people who are experts, lawyers, IP lawyers come and teach about intellectual property and how to go about that. There's different education. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 already. Different education initiatives that have been done. So if you're really interested, it's really not difficult information to find out. Google it. I wish I had all of them in front of me. I would have told you. I'll probably go research them. But
there's also the Perform Incubator.
Yes, yeah. So that's actually one of the ones I'm talking about. So my under was probably read this news like beforehand, and she was like, "Fam, you know what? I am going to learn about this myself." So shout out to her. Shout out to everyone who is. I don't really have much on that. It's just shout out to everyone who is really trying to go and learn, and so that we can have people who come back with different knowledge, because the knowledge we have now is not it. It's just not working. It's old school. It's archaic. It's ridiculous. She says, I've been in school. I was part of a program called the PMI Perform Music Incubator that was founded by Mudoni, the drummer queen, which is really cool. Mudoni is doing
shout out to
good stuff for the music business. It's a music business school, and I've been in it for about 2 years, learning about the business side of music. I was very frustrated as an artist with an E at the end, because that's fancy. I'd been doing music, but I wasn't getting any meaningful returns. So I went to school to learn how to grow my brand and use it to make money and understand the business side of music. And it's learning about your brand, learning about these things. You begin to learn because it's attached to the music industry, right? So you begin to learn a lot about the music industry and how to move within the music industry. And then you learn about what happens, because I think they would use a lot of examples of things that have worked, right? So what happens when you actually have systems in place, and then now when your eyes are open to that, when you're awake, then you can now see, okay, this is where our industry is lacking, and if you have that passion, you can either enact change yourself, or connect and mobilize the people who can enact the change. So I'm all for this, man. Shout out to her, Mudoni, the drummer queen, who is apparently seems to be the one who is spearheading that. It was founded by her, and everyone the different lawyers who are really looking to educate a lot of people about the music industry. It's necessary, bro, because where we are, fam, they're treating music royalty collections like a dating, one of these Netflix dating shows is what they're treating it like. That's where we're headed, bro. Anyway.
Love is Blind CMO edition.
That's what this is, man. This is ridiculous.
Bro, what if that's how they'll determine who the next CMO will be? Get into a room, but you can't see each other.
You can just fall in love and marry after what, and get engaged after 1 week. Yeah, that show is wild, by the way. How do all this shows? First off, they're very entertaining. I think they're entertaining because a lot of people don't have lives out here. We're living vicariously through them.
Bro, I love trash TV, man. CMO Island. Who will be the next CMO?
Oh man, we need prayers. We need prayers. Either we need prayers or just a nice beating. Like they just need to bend us over and get a paddle and whack us on our bottoms. Is that weird to say?
Do you know who else needs prayers, Sam?
Who needs prayers, bro?
Ben Soul and Cindy K. Man, have you heard the?
Are we doing this?
The news, bro. Yes, Sam, we're doing this. So
ridiculous.
listen, Ben Soul.
Ridiculous. Can't believe.
Anyway,
so
listen. Anyway, there was just like an interesting article I saw about him and his relationship with Cindy K, and it's actually
all you ISO. This is ISO and AFAM. Let's go.
Listen, no. It's just that the web of lies, the web of mistrust, the web of just like exes. It's immense. You know,
immense,
like Ben Soul with Cindy K, but Cindy K happened to be Ben Soul's ex's best friend. And then Cindy K was dating Shaq the Youngin, but then she cheated on Shaq the Youngin with Shaq the Youngin's best friend. I mean, the center of this web of lies and web of like deceit is
Nairobi,
Cindy K,
bro.
but like, oh
streets.
My goodness,
it's
guys.
The streets. Nairobi.
Anyway, that's just me being silly.
No, but that was wild. Involved. That's kind of wild, man. That's kind of wild.
It's kind of an interesting
such a weird story.
Situation,
it's
Honestly, I don't even be knowing these people. Like, I can tell you for a fact, like, reading this article is the first time I heard of Cindy K. So I don't even be knowing this, like, drama. But, like, it seems like it's interesting, right?
Would you date?
Doing so many
Since we're being
articles
messy,
about, like...
would you date your best friend's ex?
No.
Why
I
not?
think
What's the
that's
code
ground
behind
fruit.
that? What's the code behind that?
There is a solid bro
Right?
code behind not going back.
You know what I realized?
Onto, like,
I realized
the
that bro
people
code is
that you're
only within the
friends,
bros.
yeah.
Like a lot of the times, they don't be caring as much as we do.
Nah, listen, me I care. Like, if it's my broski and this is somebody he was dating,
Yeah.
right? I'm not going back there, like, for anything. Like, there's not even at going to ask them at yo, by the way, yo, I'm talking.
Yeah.
Nah.
Not going
Like,
to check the temperature.
yeah.
See if the streets are clear. You're not doing that.
Nope, there's no checking the temperatures. There's nothing like that. So, me personally, I think it's kind of weird doing that. But, like, hey, listen,
good.
I'm not the custodian of relationships. Y'all do what you want to do. So anyway, new music, Sam.
Speaking of custodian of relationships, I thought that's what you're going to do. All right. New music. Dang, what was you listening to? Of course, Butchos dropped. Shout out to him with Mtindo.
Shout out to Butchos.
Is this his debut album now? For sure. Because he's been saying
it is.
He's had like 5 debut albums already.
For real. No. This is the debut.
Let's do Umoja Sounds, Frederick Muller, Provoke, and I think there's someone else in that group, if I'm not wrong. But I hope I'm not wrong. That would be really, really awkward if I'm wrong. But they dropped a project called Umoja Sounds Presents Flavor, and that is it features Frederick Muller and BT. Really good joints on there. I like the last song. It was very instrumental, very chill. It's very unexpected. But they did what they did. Friend for Life by Papa. I really enjoyed that song. It's different. It's cool. I don't know if you peeped. Did you peep?
Yes, you put me on.
Yeah,
and
that was dope.
I love the guitars.
Yeah.
There was guitar. Yes, I love the guitars.
That was cool.
Yeah.
VB and Steph Capella gave us a scorcher, a heater called Nisawa.
I found that song so funny, bro, because, like, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I don't know. I like the message, like, you know, like, is that the person you're moving on with? Like,
all right. Is that the best?
Anyway.
All right, cool. Cool story, bro. Bro. Let's see. For Mr. Frank White, Big Man Sabewu, they released Ziza wa Dimanga. It's actually part of a project. I think for Mr. Frank White. I listened to the project. It was pretty cool. There were a couple of songs I rocked with on there. X-Ray Taniwa and Silverstone Bars with a Z released a song called Rich. That was interesting. Diva, Mr. Seed. Afam, you really liked this one, didn't you?
Yeah, I fuck with it, man. Like, Tipsy G, Sean MMG, Urban Tone is still doing its thing, clearly.
Yeah, fam. These guys are sampling anything and everything. Like me, I'm getting a bit scared.
Yo, listen,
because Rich by X-Ray was also a sample of
Wait, was that Gasolina that they sampled?
Yes. They just straight up
Sam, listen. Me, I told you, I'm in this Urban Tone thing for right now. Where it's vibes, we're enjoying. Listen, why are we thinking about the future? Think about the now. And now, what's happening is we're enjoying it, and that's all that matters.
Cool. Anyway, yeah. It's Yaba who released his project called Zita Kazo Pendwa. He's been releasing a whole bunch of singles for a minute now, so it's good to see the project out. I need to sit down and give that a nice listen. That's cool. Afam, what were you rocking with? What did you?
There was Craze Man by Gideon and Caleb Awiti.
Gideon is Nigerian, I think. That's the Kenya-Niger connection.
Shout out to that connection. There was What They Heard by Basic City, Mrumbi, and Tihane.
Yeah.
So shout out to them as well. What else did I listen to? Kama Siwe by Kanjii and Pambio. Yo,
yeah,
I was actually
back.
Like seeing Kanjii like on the playlist was really dope and really nostalgic.
Yeah.
And Actually, before I even expound on that, I also listened to Bury My Face by Boy Lee, Tairu, Three Punch, and DJ Prod Luigi. And I just wanted to shout them out because, like, it was kind of interesting, like the high-pitched sample and not sample, but like
the vocals,
they pitched,
yeah.
like the
it's very
vocals,
Kanjii-esque.
yeah, and
Very
I like that
experimental.
But yeah, back to Kamasiwe. I think that was my favorite release. This
That's fast.
aside from Tindo, of course. Aside from Tindo and the music I worked on, but like this one was really nice. And yes, unexpected. I mean, it's gospel music. It's just really well produced.
Honestly, we realized we haven't really played much gospel on this project. It's not because we don't listen to, well, we haven't really played much gospel on this project, so it'd be good just to feature. And we're not. This is not for me. This is not like we're just featuring a gospel song to check the inclusion box. But the song was generally good. And Kanjii Mbugua is a very good songwriter.
Genuinely,
the production was also really, really decent. There's a lot of guitars on that joint. Lot of guitars. So yeah, our pick this week. There's a lot of other music. Listen, go check. There's people there's people making playlists on Kenyan music.
Oh yeah.
They're all over. If you look for them, you'll find them. But it's really cool to keep up with what's happening, what's been released. Anyway, Kamasiwe by Kanjii Mbugua and Pambio, if I'm pronouncing that right. That is the song we're playing right now.
Kutoka zile studios za Pambio Worship Music. Tumekuja kumsifu Bwana. Baraka zishuke kama chomba, zikuangukie, neema yake izidi kukuongoza, usiaibike, dunia ikikuchokoza, kumbuka Yesu anaona, ukifilu naogopa, wacha kupiganie, kama siwe Baba, ningekuwa wapi leo, kama siwe Baba, nisingekuwa hapa leo. Naona niwe Baba, najua niwe Baba, majaribu ni kwa muda, mwishowe utashinda. Hata unapolemewa, kumbuka ulikotoka. Bwana atakuangusha, yeye ni mwamba imara. Ukijipata kwenye noma, yeye atakuokoa. Kama siwe Baba, ningekuwa wapi leo? Kama siwe Baba, nisingekuwa hapa leo. Naona niwe Baba, najua niwe Baba.
That was Kamasiwe by Kanjii and Pambio.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
That's going to be
what a
in
song.
churches all over. I'm sure.
All over the country.
I'm sure.
Oh, Sam, I forgot to mention, there was also another song that came out called Underwater. There was a music video with Benzema and Sabi Wu. So shout out to both of them for releasing, man.
Come on my radar.
Yo, Sam.
Yep.
That was episode 72 of the 30% podcast.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you as well.
Oh no,
the thing
I'm fans, not
feeling
your
the most is huh?
Sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That was rude of me.
That's hilarious.
All right. Sorry.
But yeah, the vibe I'm just leaving this podcast with is, man, our CMOs just...
You all need to apply for the dating show.
There shouldn't even be a...
Apply.
There shouldn't even be a big three. At this point, Kanye should just come and say, yo, listen.
This is actually, we didn't talk about it. We didn't touch that angle, but this is also a perfect opportunity for people outside to come in and take
the whole beef,
yeah.
Sam.
Oh, we didn't talk
Sam,
about the beef. Oh, man. Yo.
It didn't. But listen, it's getting messy. It's getting messy right now, bro. Like, me personally, I think Drake's... I know you think it's mid, but I think Drake's
was mid, yeah.
release,
both Drake and Ross
50
haven't
was fire. Drake delivered. In my opinion, Drake delivered. Yes, I know
he did
this
deliver.
Is coming
No,
from
he did
a very
deliver. He delivered in the sense that he addressed everything. I just feel like the song wasn't that
and it's
good.
20 and listen, it's 20 versus 1. It's like Drake versus everyone. J. Cole has bowed out. Everybody
rather shamelessly.
Like, honestly, I
shamefully.
think listen, may think these guys are corny because no, because these guys waited for the big guy, as aka Kendrick, to say
before
something
they start
first,
shooting at.
That's true. Now they're all shooting at him. Like, I think that's
jumping
corny.
on the wave.
Like they were.
Those guys
why didn't Rick Ross come out and say this?
It's those guys, like
before,
when you had fights in high school, and of course neither of us got into fights. Neither of us got into fights. But when we see the other guys, the other guys, the rejects having fights, and random people jumping just to get their frustration off, or they hated their homework for last week. Let's kick a bully on the whoever we're ganging up against on the ground just to get that off and say, oh no, yeah, we fought, and then it's stupid. Just go. I
really wonder what Drake did to all these guys because they seemingly all hate him.
Drake is suffering from success.
Well, I don't know.
Speaking of, what's going to happen to DJ Khaled? Because all the people on his next album are fighting against each other.
Bro, they're all fighting. DJ Khaled is the biggest loser from all of this, by the way. I feel so bad for dude, bro.
Oh man, his next album is just going to be Khaled. He might have to take up rapping now. Khaled might have to rap on his next project.
It'll just be like, we the best.
Exactly. The whole project just delays on we the best. And maybe go to the girlies now. Because even the girlies are fighting, so I don't know. Fam, hip hop is they're trying to get Afrobeat out of here. That's what these guys are doing. It's
City Girls are fighting. See, the thing is, podcast is like in disarray. Like, bro, everything is just like...
Maybe it has something to do with that eclipse. I think it's the eclipse.
The
eclipse activated.
Oh man, yeah, let's blame the eclipse, man.
The eclipse activated
for all
something.
Our problems.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, I've picked a side. I'm on the side of Mr.
Aubrey Graham. Of course you
Drake,
are. Of course
the
you are.
Drakinator, bro. Bro, what a guy, bro.
I'm going to be the corny guy and say, I just want to see everyone rap. I actually think this whole thing is corny. Like, this is ridiculous to me. Like, these are grown men writing poems about each other. Very aggressive poems about each other. It's ridiculous.
Fire. I feel like hip hop is back, bro. Hip hop is backity back. But guys, listen.
The industry is tired of Afrobeats.
Shout out to
They've had enough of Rema and Ira Star.
If you're a conspiracy theorist, that's your takeaway from this. Because honestly, this is happening at a convenient time.
Very convenient.
When hip hop was kind of waning.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're like trying to like make hip hop great again.
Yeah.
Maha.
Anyway, that's that, man. Listen,
guys.
Excited. To
listen. That was episode 72, guys. I've been trying to push, man. The 3 C's, bro. I always want you guys to remember. Please be confident in your work. Confidence is key.
Yeah.
You have to exude that because people feed off of your confidence. If you're confident about your stuff, even if it's not great, people kind of tend to like believe in you just based off of your confidence.
Fact.
always be consistent. You have to keep on putting out music. You have to keep on doing this music thing. Like, because honestly, you can't take long hiatuses. We're living in a time where there's just so many people
It's a
doing
popcorn
music.
world.
So please
Like microwave
be
world.
consistent. And lastly,
Popcorn.
guys, work on your craft. Work on your craft.
Graffiti craft. Get your
crafting
thousand hours in. Is it 1,000?
hours
10,000.
in.
10,000
Yes,
hours in.
sir.
Yeah.
Work on your craft, man. Every single day, even if you're doing the smallest thing that could be equivalent to doing just like 5 sit-ups, like just do that.
Do 6.
But in the music industry.
Yeah.
And you'll be good, man. If you follow those 3 C's, you will be successful.
You'll
And
be
Sam,
alright. Before we sign out.
thank you so much for
Before
being.
we
go
sign
ahead.
out, there's something I've been living by, and it's my wallpaper. I wish I could show you all. It's not really that interesting. It says, it's just a simple quote: if there's something you want to do later, do it now. There is no later. That is the procrastinator's medicine right there.
Yeah,
Like,
procrastinators around the world hate you right now, bro. What the fuck?
it's going to be
No, I'm
it's
joking.
going to be me versus the procrastinators. But yeah, if there's something you want to do, I mean, that's just basically saying, I know sometimes we put things off because we're waiting for the right time. We're waiting for the moon and the sun to align. We're waiting for whatever it is. Those things rarely happen, and a lot of times we're in control of our own path,
Destiny.
right? So you doing the thing is making the thing happen, not waiting, is making the thing, you doing the thing at the time you thought about doing it is the perfect time to do it, not waiting for a perfect time before you do it. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense in my head, but that is it. If there's something you want to do later, do it now. There is no later. And that is
Facto.
72. Shout out to everyone who's listening again. Please, if you know anyone who would benefit from these conversations, we really encourage you all to share it. This is not, we are trying to grow, but it's also partly for the reason, for the industry to start these conversations and have these conversations. A lot of people are starting them and having them. There's music podcasts cropping up that's talking about this stuff. So we really encourage.
Oh yeah, bro, and shout out to Valerie Mudoni, man, for her podcast as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of podcasts doing this.
The Proof of Concept podcast. Like, listen, for me personally, the way I see things is the more people they are like educating people on the music industry,
Yeah.
especially using their experiences as a platform to explain kind of this whole jumbled up mess that is the Kenyan music industry. It's beneficial. For me and Sam, it's from our perspective as music producers. From Valerie Mudoni, it's from her perspective
as an
artist.
From
And I
another
think
person
it's
is
super helpful.
from the perspective of a consumer. So
Yeah,
different
and
perspectives.
that's fire.
It's necessary.
So shout out to everybody who's just trying to like do this thing and move the music industry in a positive direction. But Sam, thank you so much for being an amazing co-host.
Welcome. Okay.
I am honored to be your co-host
You're
as
welcome.
well.
Thank you for
And
being an
I
amazing
will
co-host as
sign
well.
out now. Yeah. I will sign out now,
awkward.
and we will catch you guys
In
on episode
next
73.
Facts.